Now, Jada, I know you lied to me.
What's up, everybody? I'm Natasha.
And I'm Tristan.
Welcome back to our channel,
Livin LaGrande Lyfe.
We want to welcome you today to
This is the Mind Your Marriage podcast, where we talk all things marriage, particularly yours.
Now, we know what today's topic is.
This whole week, I feel like so far, marriages are losing in the month of October.
Yeah, they are.
Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if because it was a Friday the 13th this month.
Man.
Or what, but marriages are not doing well.
The Will and Jada marriage situation hasn't been doing well for a while.
For quite some time.
We're starting to learn why. But yeah, you hit it on the head in the beginning that marriage goals gonna need to adjust because that Will and Jada love.
I feel like for years people have sort of idolized the relationship that they thought, and I might even say we, because I think at one point I was even on the Will and Jada train, right? Like, we all thought that they just had a love that was just so fantastic.
We were putting Will and Jada love on the same level as the Obamas, and no.
Right. They was the Claire and Keith Huxtable in real life. Like, we just knew that they were perfect for each other, made for each other. That facade that started to crack all those years ago, went from cracking to crumbling, and now it's just ash on the ground.
So if you've been under a rock this week, I don't know how anybody in any capacity on or off social media could have missed what's been going on, but basically, Jada has a memoir book coming out. And for the past few weeks, actually, she's been dropping random stuff, per usual, related to Tupac Shakur, not her husband, and saying all these different things about
them being soulmates,
but not having romantic chemistry.
Her and Will, not together.
Yeah.
They've been separated for the past 7 years. They've been separated since we've been together.
Yeah.
Since we've been married.
Every time she speaks, she embarrasses him further, in my opinion, or the image of him. Maybe he's not. I can't speak for him, but I would be sure. Like, stop talking about me. But then she talked about the Grammy, the Oscars, whatever. The Oscar situation, and she could understand why he did what he did and why he called her his wife.
It just brings so many things that have happened within the past 7 years to question, like the August Alsina situation.
Yeah.
They got on that damn red table and they talked. And that man cried and all kinds of things about the embarrassment and the entanglement. And it's just like, why y'all play in our face for a decade?
Right. And why y'all try to make... August already got situations going on. And that man was telling the truth the whole damn time.
Right.
The whole time. But they made that man look crazy. Like he was just making stuff up.
It's just I feel like it's just... One thing I can say is that I feel like, like I said at the beginning, that we should just go ahead and this calmed down quite significantly lately anyway, but this relationship goals situation, or the whole saying and the idea that a couple can be a relationship goal, I don't care if it is the Smiths or the Obamas or
the LaGrande.
The LaGrande. Ain't no such thing as a relationship goal, because the fact of the matter is you don't actually know what people got going on in their homes, in their marriages, in their lives. And I've seen way too many couples that we have thought were amazing for each other, and these relationships are falling apart. We got Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert.
Man.
Goodness gracious.
I didn't see that one coming, especially not this soon.
Exactly.
The open marriage thing seems questionable to me sometimes.
Yeah, they also had an open marriage, so it was sort of doomed there.
Yeah.
At least that's what it seems like. So far, I haven't seen an open marriage that's just able to last.
Yeah, they can't withstand the test of time at all.
So my question is, why do you think that people idolize other people's marriages or relationships?
I think
particularly couple.
Yeah, I think they do it for a number of reasons. No, I'm thinking of 3 right away. So number 1, growing up, cartoons, TV, everything fantasizes being in a relationship and marriage. And it's something that, whether it's conscious or subconscious, it's happening in your mind and your view. right? So you have that. Two, you have home dynamics. You either have what you would consider relationship goals at home that you grew up with, or you didn't have that. So sometimes as a child, because you are going to encounter people whose parents are together, who you might throw that in there because you wish your parents were together, or you wish, someone had passed, or whatever the situation is. You look for that. And as you're growing up, you want to be in a relationship. And to do certain things, mentorship is always a good thing, a positive thing to look at, to have an idea of what this is supposed to look like. And if you didn't grow up with it, or your only influence was TV, or you hadn't seen a successful relationship, now you have all these celebrities in your face. This looks successful and this looks great. They look amazing. They look so happy. I want to have that. What are they doing to get there? So they're following people that they don't know, which really, when you think about it, is wild. So I don't really know your character. These people all have P&R people. So again, we're seeing what they want us to see. Those are the main reasons that I think people really look to others for relationship goals. And if they can't have it for themselves, they at least want to see other people happy.
Yeah. I think that it's absolutely okay to want to see people happy. That's amazing. I think that social media sort of made people more accessible.
Yes.
And their relationships more accessible. Relationships.
Yeah, I was going to let you live.
Their relationships more accessible.
Uh-huh.
And I think that even now, we're a couples YouTube, couples podcast, all that goodness. And there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of other YouTube couples and like just influencers that are couples. And we get to see into their lives. And a lot of times it really seems glamorous.
Mm-hmm.
We are essentially living vicariously through these other people, through these other relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that social media has made people so accessible. And I think that's also why so many high profile and celebrity couples lie about where their relationship really is, because their relationship is the brand.
Yeah, and that's the issue, is when the relationship is the brand instead of the talent.
Exactly.
And then just the people individually.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your relationship is posed as the brand, 100%. Just like you mentioned, there's thousands of couples out there.
Yeah.
And we talk about specifically this platform, YouTube couple. It shocked so many subscribers and followers and extended family when they see these major YouTube couples that have been together for years. Everyone's falling in love with them because of the access that's given. Because we give you guys access. Mm-hmm. And then they break up. It's like people are devastated.
And they want answers. They have expectations.
What happened? Who did it? Did you cheat?
They're entitled. They feel entitled to know the whole story because you let us in.
But they kind of are a little bit, not completely, but I feel like to just abruptly stop a channel and not give any type of, your privacy is your privacy. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like because we let you in so much, that there needs to be a sort of explanation, even if it's general and generic.
Yeah,
just letting them know.
I tend to disagree.
Okay,
I tend to disagree, but I think this is also something as we think about our marriage and our channel and what we do. It's also some of the reason why I know that our relationship is the brand, but I also like to make sure that we keep some things for ourselves.
Yeah,
but I feel like I don't have any loyalty to, or no obligation to share anything that I don't want to share. I'm not obligated to do any of it. I appreciate the platform. I appreciate the people who subscribe and are invested. But there are some things that are just for us.
I agree with that. I don't disagree with you, but I feel like there's an element of that. Yeah, you said a part that kind of matched what I was saying. Is that there's elements you don't want to share. Even if it was as simple as we sat down and was just like, hey guys, look, just letting you know, expanding the channel, we're no longer together. We love you guys, appreciate it. All the support. You still our extended family, our cousins, our this and our that.
Right.
We love y'all. That's an explanation. Just like no is an answer, the full sentence.
Yeah.
We didn't go into any detail other than the obvious thing that they're gonna know anyway. We're not together.
Made a decision.
We made a decision.
We ain't doing this no more.
Yeah, we're done, right?
Or even or even we've made a decision and we still a thing, but we're not going to invite you all in
Right.
the way that we did before.
Exactly.
I appreciate that even more.
Yeah.
To say like, yo, we still rocking because we doing this thing till the wheels fall off, and when the wheels fall off, we're gonna pick up the car and use our feet like the Flintstones. You feel me? Like it don't matter.
Right.
But I think that you're right. It, perhaps it is something that folks could do. But I think that again, when the brand, when the relationship is the brand, a lot of times they faking because the money gonna stop. The money gonna slow down. The deals, the brand deals, all the things that go into you all being the it couple slows down when you all ain't a couple anymore.
That's true. That's
so
very
unless
true.
you have an individual following, it really does impact the bottom line.
And that's the crazy part, because most couples do have an individual following, and people, we are the brand, right? But I kind of disagree that our relationship is our brand. And this is yes. Oh, it's an Amber Alert. It's an Amber Alert, y'all.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
I'm like, what is going on? All of these. All right. That our relationship is the brand, and this is why. Yeah, it's a couples channel. We have the Mind Your Marriage podcast, but we do things on our channel that showcase our individual personalities.
I agree.
Right? And, we play around with Team Tasha, Team Tristan, and all of that. But really, because of our personalities, there can be a Team Tasha, Team Tristan, or whatever we want to call it in the future.
Right.
I think a lot of couples are doing themselves a disservice by not being honest. Because really, they could just take their following, their people, and split.
Right.
And just continue to do what you're going to do and be happy.
Split it like our other assets. You understand me? I'll take mine, you take yours. Right. And I think that's a reasonable thing to do. But obviously we're seeing that a lot of people don't.
They don't. They're afraid, like you said, of the money. And that for me also is
or
an
at least
issue.
We think that's what it is. We don't actually know. Like, what else could it be? Like, that's what we're speculating.
Yeah, you're right. And if it is the money, though, that's the issue for me, because your moral compass is jacked up. You would rather suffer and waste time of your life.
They not suffering. They out there fucking and sucking whoever else
But I'm saying
they want to. They got an arrangement.
They're suffering, though, because this person that they're not with anymore, and they a lot of times don't even want to be around. They have to be with and fake the funk with. But you're right.
Because I sometimes feel like even if you and I weren't married anymore, like being around each other wouldn't be suffering because we are such good friends.
Yeah, we are. I've seen a lot that are not friends. They are romantically involved, and that's it. That's all. They became friends through the process, but they aren't friends.
Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah, it's trash. Like, we were friends for a while before anything.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes when we're not being great husband and wife,
say what?
We're still being really good friends.
Yeah.
That's what sort of brings us back to being like, you know what, I fucks with you.
Exactly.
Like, let me pull it together.
Let me go.
I really rock with you.
Yeah. Like, this is my homie.
Yeah.
In real life. Like, I really don't want to be chilling with anybody else. So
most of the time, no.
Yeah. So when we had eyes, I'm like, all right, man. Let me go ahead and get back with my friend.
Who else am I gonna tell this shit to?
I miss my friend.
Exactly.
She been acting stupid for 2 hours. That's long enough.
Exactly. 2 hours. I can't stand it. Okay, so getting back to the topic,
right,
of relationship goals.
Yeah,
we've asked the question of why do you think people put certain other relationships on a pedestal? And we got, our answer. It was similar but different. You know what I mean? Typical for us.
Yeah,
something that I'm thinking about in terms of this, what we're seeing as like this domino effect of like marriages just dropping over the last several months, weeks. It's kind of strange.
Yeah,
I would love to know, like, what have we learned from these relationships that have fallen apart? These seemingly goal type relationships. What have we learned, and what fell apart, so that we can sort of take some note and try not to do those things?
I feel like for sure from this main one we talking about is get over your ex or possible ex.
Okay. Don't bring them into the...
Keep them out. Keep them out. If they get a foot in, go ahead, kick that thing back and close that door.
Who's the ex in this situation? Because, I mean, which one?
Right. That's true. Tupac. Well, he's not really an ex, but in her mind, she has fantasized over this man for a long time now. That man's been gone a long time.
And the crazy part is I get it because I, too, fantasize about Tupac. In my mind, we are also soulmates.
Bruh.
And, you know, quite frankly, she just got to figure out a better way to talk about it. I mean, because I feel like you've come to grips with this. I don't talk about it as much as she does. She's obsessed. But I, too, feel like he was talking about me in whatever song that he talked about a woman that he loved. I don't know which one it was. Because I was also quite young when Tupac passed away.
Right. We were in middle school.
But in my mind, he was going to be my husband.
I remember going on the way to school that morning, hearing it on the news.
I found out about it on my Aunt Lean's porch. I was on my Aunt Lean's porch on South Anthony, and I was on the porch with my cousin, Candy, her friend, Poolie, my aunt. And I remember hearing about it and thinking, who am I going to marry now?
Oh, my God.
Like, he literally was going to be the one. And I think what sealed the deal for me was Poetic Justice, because he was just fine as hell in the movie. I didn't watch Juice. Because I hated his character in that, and it was really tainting my idea of him.
How didn't you watch a movie and you hated his character? How would you know?
No, I watched the movie, but I'm saying I won't watch it again.
Man, I love me some Juice. I used to watch that over and
he was
over.
evil in that.
Nah, Bishop was
and I don't appreciate y'all putting my boo in that type of character. So how can we get Jada to learn about other things so she can talk about other things than Tupac? Because I'm fucking sick of it.
I'm with you.
I'm sick of it.
Listen, there is no way. She had a whole...
She done played in all kinds of movies, done all kinds of things, and had sex with all kinds of people.
Right.
Let it go.
And she still won't let it go. She got a whole family to focus on.
Did they ever even do it?
According to her, no. But I don't know if she explicitly said that, but she's implied. No, like they didn't have... Maybe they did.
Were friends.
Maybe they did on some not relationship, just...
Well, listen. I think that's what it is. You got to get it off with one time, or else you can't get him off your mind.
No, I don't think that's it either.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You just don't want me to go find him, because I believe he's alive still, because I'm broken.
All right, she in the Jada club, but that's what we are. That's what I've learned for sure. Leave the ex or the fantasy out your marriage. Move on from it. If you're not, don't get in one. Another one is open marriages don't seem to have longevity.
Right.
But I could be all the way wrong. I'm not going to...
I would like someone to tell us of a couple that had an open marriage or marriages where arrangements were allowed that worked.
Yes.
We try to do some market research.
Yeah.
Because so far, we have not seen any viable examples of said relationships.
Yeah.
And I want to believe that other types of relationships work. Just because I want to believe that there's not just one right way to do this thing.
Yeah. Like, I mean, obviously I've seen in other countries where naturally, it's different. Yeah. It's poly relationship versus open. Yeah.
Poly and open.
No, that's true.
I wholeheartedly never.
Don't start your food. Don't start it. Don't ask her about it in the comments. Don't ask her nothing about being poly.
If we can split this thing poly ways in terms of these bills, then come on in, brethren or sister, whichever one.
Whatever, this fool.
But yeah, I think there's a difference between poly relationships and open marriage, because I think in poly there's still this agreement of monogamy, I believe. Yeah. Amongst the people involved in there. So there's still some sort of structure. It's not just all willy-nilly. No pun intended. It's not just all willy Jada. You feel me?
What have you taken away from these relationships that we've seen essentially fail in terms of the marriage?
I think if I'm speaking from the perspective that I believe, obviously we don't know what Will is feeling. We don't know what he's going through. But based on all the things that Jada is saying, it makes me really feel for Will. And it really is saying to me, get out sooner. When a person tells you who they are, believe them. You can't fix people. You can't change people's mine. Somebody want to be with you, they're going to be with you. If they love you, they're going to show it. And, we talked about last week how some people can capitalize on other people's trauma. In all seriousness, I kind of feel like Jada does that with Will. It's really sad. And so what I've learned is when you've got somebody who, tries to manipulate you into thinking that monogamy ain't even all that deep. Like, that don't mean I don't love you just because I want to be with other people. I think that people should take that seriously and just go. Don't stay with no person that ain't down with you for real. Yeah. And I feel like she's been showing him that and telling him that for years in the way that she speaks about other people, that she ain't speaking about him.
Yeah.
In the way that this memoir, what she's leading with is another man and another man's impact on her life. And that says a lot.
I agree.
This is not the first time she's done it. And that's why everybody is like, well, y'all just get us out the group chat. Like, get us out of the group chat. And I think that Will should have escaped a long time ago. And so I think what I've learned is, like, get out.
Yeah, I agree with you. Out. I guess, most of the blame is on Jada. But Will get some blame too.
Oh, I'm not saying blame. I'm saying realization.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. Okay. I'm adding something from what we were saying earlier. And I say that because Jada never, ever wanted to be monogamous. She never, ever wanted a monogamous marriage. I actually don't even know if she actually ever wanted to be married. I remember hearing something about her crying on her wedding day and Will saying, like, really the reason they're together is because of her mother. Her mom was like, girl, basically, you walking down that aisle. But Jada has talked about multiple times how she never wanted a monogamous relationship. She didn't believe in it.
If I ever found out at any point you weren't wanting to be married to me, there's a difference between, like, cold feet and, being worried and scared. But to say, like, I'm crying on my wedding day because I don't even want to be here for real, like, I feel like I'm living a lie. This ain't even the life I'm supposed to be living, baby. You could go.
Yeah, because I believe she was pregnant when they got married, like 3 or 4 months or something like that. It's been alluded to that's the reason that they even got married and she agreed to the monogamy. But I mean, that's hearsay. I mean, we haven't talked to Will or Jada, but I did hear that.
I also feel like some folk don't come from me, but I also feel bad for Jada that she felt like she had to live that life. And that she felt like, she had to go into a situation and be in a situation now in a predicament where she could be judged for what she said from the beginning.
Right.
I ain't never lie about this. I told you from the beginning I didn't want this. But I also wanted you in my life, but the only way to have you in my life was to do it your way. And that's not it either.
That's suffering.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the only way to have you in my life is to do it your way, the way you want me to do it. That's wild. And so that's why I think that, there's no victim in this situation, but there's also both people were hurt in one way or the other. And I think the way Jada is expressing it right now is really making her the villain.
Every time she expresses it, it makes her the villain. Because
she's not very thoughtful.
The thing is, it comes out like it's thoughtful. She's not thoughtful in considering his feelings, but she's thoughtful in what she's saying. It's always a strategy. But yeah, you're right. In terms of being thoughtful to her spouse, yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, in her mind, even though they are still married, that ain't her spouse.
And also, maybe she feel like, you know what? I catered to that man's feelings for all these years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tried to tiptoe around it. I got on this here red table talk, and I tried to ease y'all into the fact that this was a sham. But I'm going to just have to go ahead and bust it wide open for y'all. It's a mess over here.
Yeah.
And so I think that maybe that could be it. There's so many things we don't know because we don't know this couple. But that's why we minding their marriage today.
And they keep putting us in. They will not let us out the group chat.
They won't.
So really won't. We can just go by what they put in there. What they put in there is wild.
Yeah, it is. But I think it's very interesting that we ain't heard nothing from Will.
Will doesn't ever, he never, except for when he went on the red table talk, he does not engage and bite to any of the things that Jada does. He never has.
I just need to know, I need somebody who got access to the Ring cameras that's in their house to tell us what's going on within those walls.
They don't have a house.
Okay, the Ring cameras in the two houses. I don't care. I put the footage together. My wife be editing.
I do.
We can figure it out, but I just need to understand, like, what's happening in there. Like, what does a day in the life look like in this non-marriage? You know what I mean? Like, what does it look like? What are y'all conversations like? Because is he texting her like, will you shut the hell up? Like, I know we're not together, but can you be quiet?
No, we're going to go, y'all, here in a minute. But it's crazy because I did see something where Jada was reacting to something Will wrote regarding this memoir, saying that had he read her words to this memoir 30 years ago, he would have hugged her.
He got Stockholm syndrome.
I don't know what it is. He got
Stockholm syndrome. I don't understand what it is. I hug her more.
Listen,
man,
this what happens.
The memoir, and I don't plan on it just because she's not gonna pull me up in her rapture. She got some type of potion, and I'm not interested in consuming it.
We won't need to read it
because ain't nothing you could do to get me to believe that your answer to the things that she is doing and saying right now is to hug her more, baby. It makes me want to hug him more. Listen, you okay, sir?
We don't have to read it because everybody will be telling us when it releases. People are gonna read it because there's people out here trying to fact check her now. There's a video I saw today where a lady is going against her claims about going to see Tupac at Rikers, mm-hmm. and that the math ain't mathing. Mm-hmm. Right? He was only in Rikers supposedly for 1 month, mm-hmm. and during that month, she was in Baltimore, mm-hmm. had left LA, had a house, and she was overseeing the construction. Will hit her up like, "Are you seeing anybody?" She said, "Nah." He was like, "You seeing me?" He was like, "Hit me up when you get back to LA." Apparently, she left for LA very, very shortly after that. So they're like, when did you go see him in Rikers and he proposed to you? So he was only there for a month. And then it's a whole long video. I'm not going to get into all that.
A month is a long time.
It is. But they're saying because of the dates, when she was there, when this happened. Because also, Tupac, when he went to jail that time, he was engaged to someone else at that time. And that woman had moved closer and was coming to see him. It's a lot.
All these folks trying to take my man. And I just don't get that.
Your man was trying to get himself
my man
to all these folks. Because if he was engaged and then did propose to her, he was trying to look. He was a man in jail, doing what men in jail do, proposing to everybody.
Everybody can get a ring.
Everybody, but
made out of paper.
All right, y'all. We wrapping up today's Mind Your Marriage topic. We had fun. If this is your first time coming here to the Livin LaGrande Lyfe channel, welcome. We are so happy to have you here. And now that you're here, there's a few things that we need you to go ahead and do.
Yeah, first and foremost, I need you to go ahead and subscribe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe or follow or like all that stuff.
All that.
You're seeing this and shit. Go ahead and do the thing.
Yeah.
And when you do that, make sure you hit the notification bell.
Ding!
So you're notified when your new friends at LaGrande's post new content. And while we are on the subject of content, did you like this? Okay. The way to show us that you like this is to give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Okay. And then tell us in the comments what you think about this foolery. Was Will and Jada your relationship goals? Perhaps it was Tiana and Iman.
Whoever.
I don't know. The Huxtables, which one? And tell us what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah. And we're going to holler at y'all in the next video.
Bye.
Peace.